If this is you, scrolling at 3 a.m., thumb hovering over her name. The same name you've typed 100 times before and deleted. The same name that makes your chest tighten in ways you don't let anyone see. Maybe this hits closer than you expected, because you're wondering if she even thinks about you now, the way you think about her. When the room goes dark, when your phone dies, when your friends are gone and the quiet screams. You remember the last time you laughed together, the way her hair fell across her face. And then the silence. That silence that echoes louder than anything she ever said. You lie there and wonder if you pushed too hard. Or maybe you didn't push enough. Maybe it's just over. But still your fingers twitch. Still the urge is there. You can feel it in your gut, that knot of regret twisting tighter every time you breathe. That what if that you whisper to yourself but never out loud. The moments you catch yourself staring at old texts, replaying every word, every pause, every ghost of a conversation. You tell yourself, don't call her, don't text her. But the temptation? God, it's loud. And yet there's a feeling underneath. Something shifting. Something bigger than the ache of missing her. Something that hasn't hit yet? That's what makes you stop. That's why you hesitate. You sense it, but you don't know what it is. And the thought that maybe this moment, this waiting, could change everything. What if the thing you've been too scared to see is waiting, just beyond your thumb? Look, most guys get this all wrong. They see her silence and think it's weakness or a test or something they need to fix with a text, a call, a late night apology. Truth is, it's none of that. I've seen it. I've been there. Sitting on the edge of a bed, phone in hand, thinking one more message could change everything. You know the feeling, the tight chest, the restless hands, that knot that won't untee. Here's the thing, you don't need to win her back with words right now. You need to stand still. You need to let her absence speak. You remember the time you waited outside in the rain for someone who didn't show, or when you stayed silent in a conversation because saying anything would have ruined it. That's the principle here. Presence isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet, unshakable weight of your own life. Most men forget this. A man who controls himself, who doesn't react to every ping and every temptation, owns his power. Not by force, not by strategy, by patience. By knowing when to move and when to wait. You can hear it in the rain tapping the window, in the cold bite of the air outside, in the restless shuffling of your own feet. You might think you're losing her, but what you're really losing is the chance to lose yourself in her chaos. And that's the mistake most men make. Don't text her. Don't chase. Hold your ground. Live your life. And when the time is right, she'll see the man who never flinched. Strength isn't always visible, but it's always felt. And right now, that's what matters more than any word you could send. He's sitting on the edge of the couch, phone on his lap, thumb hovering over her name. The room is quiet except for the hum of the fridge and the tick of the clock. Too loud in the stillness. He can feel the sweat at the back of his neck. Cold draft from the window brushing his shoulder. He remembers the last time they laughed together. The smell of her perfume, the sound of it like wind through glass. He swears he can hear it again if he just waits. But he doesn't wait. His thumb twitches. He almost texts. Almost types A, almost regrets even thinking about it. His mind jumps. What if she's thinking about me? What if she's moved on? What if she's sitting there, wondering why I can't just reach out? And then silence, empty, flat like the air after the rain stops and everything smells sharp and clean, and you can't remember what you were hoping for. He exhales, long, shaky, remembering the time she got mad at him for something small. The way her eyes went cold for a second, then warm again. That memory stings, but it's alive. It's real. His stomach twists. The phone buzzes. He doesn't move. He can't. Something in him says, not yet. He doesn't understand it, but it feels right. The urge to break the silence is strong, but he's learning, slowly. That waiting, real waiting, is louder than any word he could type, and somewhere deep in the chest, something shifts. A thought. Maybe the thing coming isn't hers. Maybe it's his, and he's not ready to ruin it with a text. Not yet. So he sits, watches the shadows crawl across the walls, breathes, waits, and wonders what if holding back is the only thing that changes everything. Most guys think if she doesn't text back, it means she's lost interest. That's not always true. Sometimes she's figuring things out, and sometimes you're just too present in her space to see it clearly. I've sat on the couch at 2 a.m. scrolling, thinking the same thing. She didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. Another belief that showing neediness proves you care. No, it doesn't. It only shows what you're afraid of losing. Remember the time you called her one night, voice shaking, trying to fix something that wasn't broken? Yeah, that. Attention is cheap, respect is priceless. And the big one, thinking waiting equals weakness. Patience is not passive, it's a muscle. I learned that walking through the rain, letting her go without a word, feeling every pinch in my chest. You don't lose her, you lose your own presence. The trick isn't in the text you send, it's in the silence you keep, in the self you hold on to. That's the part most men forget, and it's the part that changes everything. This is what he understands. Most men are ruled by their impulses. They text, they call, they scroll, hoping for a spark that isn't theirs to light. The 1% headman, he feels the urge. He notices it, but he doesn't act. Not yet. This is how he leads with presence, not pressure. He sits in the quiet, watches the streetlights flicker through the window, feels the phone buzz, breathes, remembers that chasing her now won't create connection. It will create need, and need is weak. He's messy too. He thinks about her. He misses her. But he lets it sit there. He walks past the fridge for the third time, considers texting, shakes his head. Strength over noise, patience over panic. That's the muscle he builds in silence. And somewhere in the pause, he knows waiting isn't passive. It's claiming himself. Centeredness over chasing. Presence over reaction. That's the thing most men don't see. They think they're losing time. He knows he's winning it. He lets the moment stretch. And in that stretch, everything shifts. Even if she doesn't text back tonight, he's already moved. Already leveled up. Already unshakable. He's on the balcony. Cold air biting at his face. Phone still in his pocket. He's been pacing the living room, thinking, just one text, just one word. But something stops him. A flash. Her laugh last summer, sunlight hitting her hair. Then the memory of how he stayed up nights overthinking every little thing he said, every pause, every reaction. A gust of wind. He shivers. And suddenly it hits. He's been bending himself into shapes she never asked for. Folding over, shrinking, waiting for a reply that might never come. A whisper rises in his chest. I'm enough without her. His hands unclench, heart thumping. Another memory, him laughing with his friends, his dad telling him, stand tall, son. Don't give away your spine. He sees it now. Every restless hour, every deleted text, every ache in the gut. They weren't about her. They were about losing himself. He exhales, long ragged. Breath fogs in the cold night. And he knows the game isn't about pulling her back. The game was remembering he already owns his worth. He pockets the phone, stands straighter, and the thought lands heavy like a dropped weight vase. If she's meant to stay, she'll meet me here. The phone buzzes. He doesn't move. The room smells like cold air and old coffee. Shadows crawl across the walls, heart still pounding. Memories flicker, laughter, fights, silent mornings. He lets them pass, breath sharp, fingers unclenching. The pull to reach out gone. Patience hums in his veins now, steady, unshakable. Outside, the wind presses against the window like a reminder. And he knows, deep and raw, the moment he stopped chasing, that's when everything started coming to him. She'll see him, not because he reached, but because he didn't.